And Marcus Winkelhock tried gamely, but fourth was the best he could do. Chased them all the way to the flag. Maybe Winkelhock could go one better this time, because the question in my mind is, will Kubica be going for the win, or will he just be driving for fun? If anyone ever drives for fun, then if you're already the champion, I guess that's the time to do it. The revs rise, engines being warmed up now, everybody ready for this one. The man at the front of the grid will give them the 15-second board, and then we will have the warm-up lap underway. Just to remind you, on pole, Felix Portero from Spain. Then it's Andrew Zuber, second time on the front row from him, the Austrian. Then it's Gomendi kicking off row 3. Then Valles. Then Will Power is there. Simon Pagenaud alongside Power. Patrick Pilet. Pavlovic, who had a pretty torrid qualifying time, but hopefully he can go one better this time. Colin Fleming, a good drive from the American. He brought it home in 6th place in the first race. So a good showing from Fleming. There's the youngster from the UK, Ben Hanley, driving number 21. 17th fastest, not bad at all, alongside Celso Miguez. Then we go down to Ryan Sharp. He basically was the anchor man in the first race, came home last, but somebody has to be last. And completing the field, 27 starters, as I say, from 14 nations. This is a 9-round championship. This is the second race, race 15 in the series at round 8. Oh, and on the line, is that the number 5 car? Oh dear, Valles' misfortune continues. So the Pons racing car, the number 5 car of Adrian Valles, being pushed away. Is it going to fire up? Is it going to fire up? There's a bit of a shaker there. They're going to have to run faster than that, drop the clutch. Doesn't look like it. Doesn't look very hopeful. It looks like pit lane for Valles. What an absolute disaster for him. No points in the first race and retiring before the warm-up lap in race 2. If he can get it going quickly, he will be allowed to start from pit lane or the back of the grid. And to be absolutely candid, I don't know the exact rule on that, but hopefully Valles can get it to the line. He won't be able to take up his position on the grid. It'll probably be pit lane or the back of the grid. Now, see what I mean about the warm-up? They're not using all the circuit. They're using a percentage of the circuit, not all the way across. That frantic activity with a Team Pons car. But Valles, well, if he gets out of the car, we know it is all over. It's not yet terminal. They're going to try and get it fired up again. But it's in the garage. It looks as though it's going in the garage. Well, my heart bleeds for him. That is not a good sign at all. That is not a good sign. They're going to try and get him into pit lane, but I don't think it's going to work. It doesn't look as though he's going to be able to join the race. Well, that's really bad news. We're on our way then, coming round to what will be a minimum of 27 laps for race 2 here in the Renault World Series from Estoril. And what a terrific day it is. Perfect day for racing now. That wind has gone. Track conditions are perfect. Yesterday we had sand blowing across the tarmac, which made it particularly tricky. A little bit of a snake by the car at the back there, but there's just this last bit of activity to get those tyres heated up. Just to remind you, on pole position, Felix Portero. Alongside him will be Andrea Zuber, the number 3 car. Then it's Kubica, the new champion, starting from row 2. Valles still in the pits. Somebody else leaving just behind him. Didn't get that number, but they're starting from pit lane. Is Valles going to be able to get it going? Doesn't look very promising, does it? Well, that's nothing short of a tragedy for him, because he was currently sitting in 3rd place in the championship. And if he doesn't start this one, he's going to be 4th at best, and maybe even 5th, because Winkelhock certainly is right up his exhaust pipe. Winkelhock sitting on 76 points, Valles on 88. Well, no, he might be able to defend that 3rd place in the championship, but it's going to be a close thing going into the final round at Monza, that is for sure. 3 more races then on the programme, 51 points up for grabs. And this, the big one. 1 compulsory pit stop in this, I remind you. So the race can be won and lost by the efforts of the team in pit lane. Wait for the lights. Watch the lights in the top left-hand side of your picture. When the lights go, we will have go, go, go. The revs rise. Wait for the lights. Wait for the lights. Green flag at the back. They're off. and away they go. A cracking start from the, and pushing, almost pushing across. Portero moved right across the circuit, and that left Robert Kubica on the outside. He's on the dusty stuff. Is Kubica going to go for second here? That was really tight. Portero, and one's off. One's off. Somebody went flying across. It's really, really hectic. Somebody else on. Oh, several on the gravel. They're all in the kitty litter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars spinning on the beach. Not the place to go. Kubica took a flyer. He was away. Winkelhock, Zuber was a cracking start as well. But the poleman, Portero, really, really good start. But the tactics to close the door on Zuber, fantastic. Side by side, these two. Touching wheels. Portero and Zuber. Portero and Zuber, it's a cracking start. Felix Portero, the poleman, the number 7 car leads. The teammate of the new champion. In second place, the number 3 car. Andreas Zuber, number 3 in second. Portero leads, Zuber in second. The livery on these cars, very, very similar. So if occasionally I get them mixed up, you'll have to forgive me. But there it is. Winkelhock in third. Kubica, the new champion. Will Power, a good start for him. He's in 5th. Power in 5th. So the race is on here. Jan Halen, my co-commentator, has obviously just been to wash his hands or something because he's just turned up. But we're on the case here. The race is underway. To complete the first lap, Felix Portero leads. In second place, it's Zuber. Third, it's Winkelhock. Fourth, Kubica, the new champion. Will Power. Carboni is there. Passini, Van Lagen, Montanari. So a complete mix of new names this time. This is the long race, and they have to make this pit stop. Jan, we've had an unbelievably cracking start from pole position. Portero went right across the field, shut the door, and everybody, there it is.
There we go.
Nearly put Zuber into the fence, actually. And there you can see, somebody locked up going in, and somebody went on the gravel. We've had 7 cars on the gravel on the first lap. And there it is. There's a lot of activity, a lot of them midfield pack sorting themselves out. It's no time to go to the beach, that's for sure. But hopefully everybody rejoins the race.
Kubica got pushed out to the outside there, lost a couple of places. Going from second back to 4th after the second corner.
Yeah, Kubica now sitting in 4th, but he's the new champion, so number 15 car out of it. Well, that's Gomondy.
That's Gomondy, yeah.
Gomondy in the pits. So Tristan Gomondy in the pits. That's a catastrophe for him because he's currently lying in second place in the title standings.
And we've got another off there. Number 28.
That's Colin Fleming. That's the American.
Fleming, yeah. Here we go.
Somebody gave him a nudge.
Yeah, it's number 30.
That was Fernando Reis.
Fernando Reis, yeah.
The Brazilian who retired from the first race. Gave Fleming a bit of a shove there.
That's safety car.
Okay, now the rules on the safety car basically are that the drivers cannot pass each other. They have to form line astern, follow the safety car around.
Yeah, and while the safety car flags were coming out, we saw somebody else going off in, after that corner there.
Well, it's the long walk back. There is the safety car out on the circuit. Lights going on top of the car. The drivers will come round and form up behind it. Let's take a look.
Yeah.
There's a bit of nudging going on there. There's a little bit of nudging, and that's all it takes. Just unbalances the car, unsettles it. If the back's light, it's good night Vienna. You're gone. Here's that touch again. Just a little touch. That's all it takes when the back's loose. So not a good day for Colin Fleming. Good race won, but mind you, it will give him the opportunity with a safety car out if he's kept it going.
Yeah, if he has. Yeah, he can rejoin the group.
Okay.
So there we go. Everybody coming back now. Is that Gomondy who's just come out the pits then in second now? I think so. Gomondy's just come out the pit lane and he finds himself second behind the safety car now.
Well, it's Marcus Winkelhock, the yellow car, who is up behind the safety car, in the lead effectively.
This is going to take a while because I think the car behind the safety car was Valles. So I think now the safety car will put on its green light and it'll wave a few cars by until the leader is behind them, I think.
So what we effectively have here is the safety car in the middle of the pack, which is not where it should be. It should be at the front of the race.
Yeah, but I think it's pretty much there now. I think it was only those two cars, so the two cars have already gone by the safety car.
But you can see how everybody bunches up. Now, the rules here, you cannot overtake. You just have to bunch up, close, maintain formation.
That's it, yeah.
And when the lights go off and the car comes in, it's green light. Drivers trying to keep the heat back in their tyres as well. Tyres do tend to cool down.
Van Lagen had a good start, coming from all the way back in the field. Up to 7th position after the first lap.
Well, he obviously took advantage of some of those people going off because he was on row 10 from the grid, Van Lagen, so that is a good position for him, considering. Now, I don't know how many retirees we have. Our screen doesn't tell us
just yet. No.
It looks as though Fleming is not rejoining. I think he's the one with the Red Bull car permanently in trouble. The Gensa Racing car, so it is interesting stuff. I knew it was going to be frantic, this race, because there's a lot hanging on it. The championship is won, so from Kubica's point of view, he is not going to be worried too much. I mean, okay, doesn't damage the car, doesn't want to hurt himself. There are still 2 more races to go after this at Monza.
I wonder if he's going to take a few more risks, though, to try and make the,
Talk us through that start again.
That's very tricky there. Good start from Portero. He's got the right to do it, but it was a tricky moment for Zuber.
Nearly in the arm code.
Yeah.
But it also left the opportunity for Kubica to come from row 2 and nearly go the long way round, all the way around the outside into turn 1.
Yeah, but as you could see, that's the trouble here. Once you're around the outside, then on the going into turn 2, you're still on the outside, and eventually you have to let go and let the car next to you go by.
You can see all the marbles, the dirty stuff, the tyre debris on the track. You can see it as nearer towards us, all those little black marks. Now that is all the rubbish out there. That's where you want to stay off.
It's a case of staying on the right line. As soon as you go offline, it gets very slippery.
Frantic weaving, keeping the heat back in those tyres. So we've got a long way to go. The clock counting down, of course, but lap 3 of 27, 3 laps covered, 23 to go. Now maybe next time round when the lights go out on the car will come in, it will be game back on again, but now the safety car in its correct position. Portero leading, Zuber, the car in second there, the number 3 car. Kubica, they're all up there. This is going to be a cracker once we get underway. Winkelhock now in his correct position in the middle of the field. Winkelhock in 3rd place, Kubica in 4th, Will Power, then it's Carbone, then it's Van Lagen in 7th. Damien Passini in 8th place, the number 20 car.
Also, Carbone came good out of that start, starting from row 6, finds himself in 6th position now, so he had a cracking start.
Well, the 2 new kids on the block, Ben Hanley and Nicholas Prost, down in 18th and 19th place. So they're having a very hard introduction to the world of World Series Renault 3.5 litre single-seaters. And it's early days for them, but bright future, I'm sure.
Yeah, I think, nobody's expecting anything of them,
That's when surprises happen. You never know. You never know. In the world of motor racing, anything can happen. It ain't over till it's over, and when the checkered flag drops, and we've got a pit stop to go as we go through this race. So keep an eye now on the safety car. When the lights go out, that means the car will come in, and then we have a green flag situation, and we will have race on.
The safety car lights will go out just after the narrow chicane that we talked about in race 1. So that's the place where we can see if the safety car is going to come off or not.
Winkelhock's car, number 18. You can't miss that one, can you? Very, very distinctive yellow. And similarly, Montanari's car, the guy from San Marino, same colour. So those two yellow Draco racing cars in the middle of the pack. There's Winkelhock in third. Further back, you can see his teammate Montanari. Lights are off on the safety car. That will dive for the pit lane. There is no overtaking permitted until they cross the start-finish line.
Yeah.
And the lights are in. The safety car does a full lock slide. It's out of the way. And now we have a green light situation. People all drivers just leaving enough. Portero's being crafty. He's holding everybody back to get a good run out of the final turn. Ooh. 13. Everybody now. Winkelhock desperate to get the race on there. Almost inadvertently went past.
Yeah, this is very tricky. Yeah.
Now Portero's away.
Yeah, he's making the best out of it. Good restart for Portero. We've got somebody coming into the pits now. Two guys coming in.
Down towards turn one then. Portero leads. It's Zuber. Winkelhock in third. Kubica taking a look at Winkelhoff. Then it's Carbone, Van Lagen. We don't expect much to change in these first few bends.
And we've got another crash.
1, 2, 3. 3 off at turn 1. Oh, that's permanently damaged. So
that'll be another safety car, I guess.
That is out of it. The number 4 car, Will Power, in the pits. Now they're doing a tyre change. So
yeah, they also had to
nose cone.
Yeah, doing a nose cone. So he's going to lose some. He's going to lose some time. If there's going to be another safety car, then the guys just come into the pit lane. They're doing a really good job then.
Well, Power dropped all the way down to 15th, but he's in the pit lane and the race. But we haven't seen any evidence of the safety car yet.
No.
So it's Portero leading from Zuber. Then it's Winkelhock. Then it's Kubica. These creeping away. Carbone, the number 1 car, in 5th. Then Van Lagen promoted to 6th because of Will Power's pit stop. But there you're looking at the second place car, starting from the front row, winner of race 1, Andreas Zuber from Austria. And Carlin Motorsport having a pretty good day today then.
Yeah, it's looking good for him so far. Still a long race, so. Also Marcus Winkelhock looking a bit better at the start of this race.
Well, these 4, we now have a quartet going away. It's a 16-wheeler at the head of the race. Portero, the young Spaniard, did a blistering job yesterday afternoon to put that car on pole position. And what a cracking job he's doing here in the race. Teammate of the new champion. Just 22 years of age, Portero, from just across the border, lives in Madrid. Very, very determined off the line. He meant business, and now we're seeing the evidence of that. He's beginning to stretch away. He's actually opening a gap now. And still Powers. That's Gomondi's car still in the pits. Gomondi in the pits.
There's a drive-through penalty for car number 30.
Well, that's
Fernandez, yeah.
Yeah, so the Brazilian not having a very good day here at Estoril. Big support here, of course, for Brazilian drivers in Portugal. It being a Portuguese-speaking nation and the only Portuguese-speaking South American country. So a lot of Portuguese go to Brazil for their holiday. I'm told the young ladies are very nice down in Brazil, but I wouldn't know. I might have to have a week. There's an awful lot of coffee in Brazil, I know that. That's what the song says. Talk us through that again, I mean.
Yeah, we have the incident there. It's just, just a little touch from the back, but it's breaking into the corner, so the car gets a bit light in the back, and then you only need a very little touch to spin the car around.
Well, it was the end of Colin Fleming's race because the timing monitor tells us that number 28 Fleming is out of it for the duration of the day here at Estoril. But there's your race leader, fastest lap, 1:28.391. And is that getting anywhere?
Yeah, that's
close?
quite a good. Yeah, but that's quite a good lap time for the start of the race. If we compare it to race 1, it's obviously it's quite a bit away from the qualifying times, but that's only normal. They're not on new tires anymore, so that's where the big difference comes from.
So our record lap, but our best lap was 125.321, and that was done in qualifying.
In qualifying by Gomondy, yeah. And I think that in the first race we had the fastest lap, so the new lap record with a 27.4. There you go, yeah,
Zuber, 27.45 then, the lap record to beat.
Yep.
We're not around there yet. We're at 28.3, so just about half a second off, 1 full second, I beg your pardon.
Yeah, but we're still running full tanks now, and you know the guys are still going to come in for a pit stop, 2 new tires, and you will see the times come down after the pit stops.
Good point. Winkelhock's board there telling him indeed he's in third place, 2.7 seconds off the leader. But he seems to have it all under control. He said before the race, Marcus Winkelhock, that he loves this circuit, he goes well, he fully expects to have 2 strong finishes. Well, 4th in the first race was no disgrace. He would have liked the rostrum, just maybe he can get the rostrum this time.
Yeah. He's got a strong competitor right behind him though. Kubica's is getting on him now. Kubica closing the gap on Winkelhock.
But a great showing by the Epsilon Uscadi team of number 7, Felix Portero, and he is doing a great job. Portero sort of holding it. Here he is, coming up behind a tail ender. Zuber, number 3, in second place in the Carlin Motorsport car. And whether or not the tail ender will present a problem for Portero, we will have to see. There seems to be a lot more urgency to this race, Jan. It's almost as though it's the big one. They all sense it's the big one. It's almost as though the first one was a tryout, but now they're going for it.
It's a little bit like what I said in the first race. You know, they have to keep in mind that the car needs to be, as to say, in one piece to do, you know, to be ready for the second race. So it's this race certainly a lot more interesting than the first one.
Good point. Valid. That's why you're sitting in your seat and I'm doing my job, because you understand the intricacies of it. There it is then, the race leader. Still that tail ender ahead of him.
I think that's Valles there.
So Valles, he's 8 laps.
Oh no, he's no. It looks like he's it looks like he's out the race.
He's out of the race.
He can't be in there.
So the other Pons car. I'm just looking for Valles' teammate. The other Pons car is Celso Miguez, of course. So the number 6 car. Could be that's the number 6 car. Team Pons Racing. And we'll take a look as soon as we can get a shot of the car that Felix Portero is closing on. Is it his fellow countryman? Is it not? Well, we haven't yet seen that. We're looking now at the race leader. No, we're not. We're looking at Zuber, I beg your pardon. Zuber behind Portero, and there that car. It is.
I think it is a Pons car.
It is a Pons car.
Yeah.
It looks like Celso Miguez, the number 6 car, and he's running at the same pace as the leaders.
Yeah.
They're not catching him. He's running at the same pace as the leaders, but he's not. I can't see him on our timing monitor. I can't see him on the leaderboard. So maybe there's a problem with his timing device. Maybe the transponder's not on the car, not working on the car.
Yeah, it could be, yeah.
The Pons car is circulating, but we cannot see it showing up on our timing monitor. So it is a Pons car, definitely. Now, it'd be interesting to take a look and see what the number is. We think it's Miguez. It's coming towards us now.
I think it's number 6, yeah.
There, the race leader. Behind, lapping, circulating, behind that tail ender, and Zuber with him. Zuber heading here for a double rostrum.
It is number 6.
Okay, it's Celso Miguez.
So it is Miguez.
And Miguez not showing in the scoring at all, so there's something wrong with the transponder on that car. It's not recording.
Yeah.
So he might as well pack it in and come in, because if he's not recording a result, all of his efforts are in vain. But maybe he can get a bit of testing, a bit of mileage, a bit of something out of it. Who knows?
Yeah.
He has his own reasons for finishing the day in style. Not nearly so much in style as these three guys running at the front. Portero, Zuber and Winkelhock. And
Tristan Gomandy could have done something really nice here for the championship with Valles being out of the race, but Gomandy had I think he had a little incident in the first lap, and he's now running in 22nd, so that's a shame for him.
Yep, he's out of it. This championship is really going to shake up behind Robert Kubica, but he's done it. He's won it. 51 points left to go, and he's done it.
Winklock doing a real good job here for the championship if he can keep that up. Oh, and we've got Ben Henley going off. I think that is Ben Henley.
We are looking then for the number 21 car. If it's Ben Henley, we're looking up somebody off in the gravel. We'll get a rerun of that, I've no doubt. Difficult to identify. The speeds obviously speak for themselves. Very, very quick round here. Changes of direction, 13 bends in this 4.1 kilometer circuit. Race leader.
There's a yellow flag out in.
Miguez.
Yeah.
Celso Miguez is having a bit of a go at the number 12 car. And the number 12 car is Bellarosa, Ivan Bellarosa. And he's running actually in 10th place, but he's just been passed by a tail ender. There it is.
It is
Ben Hanley.
Ben Hanley, yeah.
The number 21 car, the youngster, the 20-year-old, having his first season in cars. He's come from the world of karting. 4 times a kart champion, comes from Manchester. Drove in the 2 litres earlier on this season, but now he's moved up to play with the big boys. Well, he's beached it, in essence. At least the driver steps out and takes the long walk back, and none the worse for the experience. That is the great thing. The safety aspects of these cars, second to none. Immensely safe.
Yeah.
And of course, modern circuits as well. Plenty of runoff area. The most thing you hurt is your pride, I think. Portero then has this by 1.08 seconds from Zuber. And the gap between Zuber and Winkelhock, another 2 seconds back. So they're beginning to stretch out now.
Yeah, Van Lagen's also moved up a place together with Carbone.
You would not rule out Kubica from getting on the rostrum here again.
Oh no! It's still a while before the end of the race, and the big part of the field still has to come in for the pit stop. So,
well, we're not yet at half distance. 12 laps completed, 15 to go here. Into the pits comes one of the cars.
That was Miguez, number 6.
Miguez will now come in to find from his pit crew that his times aren't even being recorded. So it'll be interesting to see if he rejoins. This, the battle over first and second. Number 3, the second place car in pursuit of the number 7 car, just flashing out of your picture there. So these are first and second now.
These pit stops are going to be interesting because they're running really close. With a bit of luck, and that's Marcus Winkelhock in the pits now.
I was about to say, Kubica has just been credited with 3rd place, and that's because Winkelhock going out just behind Miguez, the Pons car just behind, in the pit lane speed limit of 60 kilometers an hour.
Yeah, 60 that is.
60 kilometers an hour, being religiously enforced mechanically by a button. The drivers have a button there, so the car will not go quicker. All they have to do is remember to put the button on and take it off again. Otherwise, you do the whole race at 60 kilometers an hour, which is simply not good for points. Great race between these two. That's the second place car. Andreas Zuber. What a day he's had today. Zuber came into the championship in 6th place and has really had a very, very good day. So he'll have improved on that. In fact, he came in 7th, he's moving forward.
Yeah, because he was only 2 points. Let me see. Zuber, he was only 1 point behind Willpower, so he'll be moving into 5th place in the championship.
It's a good drive for Zuber. And so now look at the gap. Look how they've dropped off the rest of the field. A long, long way back then. It's 10.9, so Kubica as well appears to either have made a pit stop or must have hit some trouble.
That's Kubica.
He's in now,
the pits.
into the pits now. Robert Kubica, the new champion. Polish flag there, indicating his nationality. 14 nations take part in this race. It's a very, very wide spectrum of drivers, and in and out, there's as quick as that. Back into the action. Portero, number 7, leads, the teammate of the man whose car you've just seen in the pits. Portero would not have come in the pits at the same time anyway, so they've got to get Kubica clear before Portero even considers his pit stop.
So that's going to shake the race up a bit, the pit stops. Winkelhock finds himself in 8th now.
With a bit of work to do, and we now have Celso Miguez classified as 7th. So he has appeared on the timing screen.
Yeah, but I think for me he's a lap down. For me, they've picked up, I don't know, there must have been a problem because for me he's a lap down on everybody.
Well, we are showing on our timing monitor that the number 6 Pons car, Celso Miguez, which was not registering in the early part of the race, certainly not on the timing screen, is being credited with 7th place. And Zuber then in, the Carlin Motorsport team getting Zuber in and out of the pits. And he rejoins slowly up through pit lane. We'll watch them come down over the start-finish straight again and give you the updated positions as best we can. It'll be interesting to see if Zuber has actually... Van Lagen now credited with 3rd, so he's moved up. So the pit stops are really shuffling the pack.
Yeah, it does, yeah. And, you know, there's always something, there's so many things that can go wrong in the pit stop, so there's always somebody who comes out of it better or worse.
15 laps gone, 12 to do, and the clock ticking away here. We still have something like...
Portero will come in on this lap, I think. There we go.
Something like 20 minutes of racing left, I would say. Yeah, Portero's in. So the race leader in the pits.
This is going to be interesting to see if he comes out in front of Zuber or...
It'll be interesting to see if they do a slick pit stop. They're getting ready for it.
There we go. This is for the lead.
Just watch this. The tension here, incredible. And the pressure on the Epsilon Euskadi garage here as in comes the race leader. Felix Portero. Look at the clock running. Pit stop 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a good one. 6.6. Yeah. That's a cracker.
That was a very good pit stop.
Very, very good indeed.
Zuber's pit stop was 7.5, I think.
Is he going to be able to make it stick? He's got to rejoin. The question is who went past in the time that he was in the pits. Well, Kubica now down in 6th place. This has really thrown the cat among the pigeons. We're now looking at the number 20 car of Passini, which is being credited with being in the lead at the moment. So Damien Passini took advantage of that and moved past Portero, Van Lagen and Carboni. So the number 20 car, Damien Passini, the French driver in the Cram competition car, a 21-year-old, number 20 on the car, is the new race leader with 16 laps gone, 11 to do. Jan Halen is looking as confused as I am, but that is the way it just goes to show me.
Yeah, we need one more lap. We need
for it to settle.
Yeah, we need one more lap for everybody to go over the start and finish line again, and then we'll see. You know, we'll see where everybody is.
Well, to have pit stop in a 45-minute race is bound to cause interest. Another one into the pits is bound to mix things up.
It's the number 20 who was leading the race. Who was
Passini
in the pit lane now. So we see here Portero coming over the line.
Waiting for the timing monitor to change, but we still have Passini credited with the lead at the moment. Portero in 2nd, Winkelhock in 3rd.
Winkelhock's gone past
Kubica and Miguez.
No,
and Van Lagen.
Past Zuber.
And Zuber is down in 9th after the shake-up on the pit stop. So it really is mix and match here.
Zuber must have had a problem because he dropped right back.
Portero, new race leader, back in its business as usual. Normal service restored. Felix Portero back in front.
Having a big lead now on Marcus Winkelhock, who's 10 seconds behind, followed by Kubica. And we've still got Miguez down as being in 5th.
And we've still got Passini on our monitor as being the race leader. So it's taking a little while for the technology to catch up with the cars. I knew they went fast, but I didn't know they went that fast. I think, as Jan Halen said, we need a full lap or two for them to come over the line before we can actually get a true reading of who is sitting where in the race.
We'll see Portero going into the lead now on the screens, I think, going over the line.
There it is.
There we go.
Well done. Portero now in the lead. And as the next car comes up, we expect to see Passini drop further down the order. Winkelhock in 2nd place, 9.1 seconds behind. Then it's Kubica just behind Winkelhock. So Robert Kubica has indeed got himself into a rostrum position.
I wonder what we've missed on Zuber, because I think we missed something there for him to fall back from 2nd place to 7th.
Well, if something happened to Zuber, Jan, we didn't see it on the screen, did we?
No.
So it sort of could have been something around the other side of the circuit, something off shot. We've been glued to the action here. Oh, that was close. That was really close. That was Winkelhock almost stuffing a tail ender there. That was really close. 2nd place car, the yellow car in your picture.
Ooh,
Marcus Winkelhock. And right with him now, the new champion, Robert Kubica, lying 3rd at the moment. A rostrum position confirmed at the moment, but still with 9 laps to go, anything can happen. Is it likely they will now make another pit stop having done the one, or will they go to the end?
No, they will go to the end now. There's the race is too short, unlike in Formula 1, for example, for them to do 2 pit stops.
Well, you can see most of the teams got the pit stops out of the way in the first half if they could.
Yeah.
That certainly seems to be the strategy now. This is the battle for 2nd place. Marcus Winkelhock, the number 18 car there in the bright yellow car. The Draco multi-racing car.
Valles has just put a new track lap record down with a 27.29, which is about 2 tenths quicker than Andreas Zuber in the first race.
Well, we thought the lap record would be set in the 2nd race because the track temperature is up. It's 40 degrees out there. The Michelin tire technician told me that, so I know that to be fairly substantial evidence. And there the championship, as it stands at the moment. If things stay the way they are, Kubica will end up on 154 points, but I don't think we should speculate on the final result. We've still got 8 laps to go.
Yeah, still a long time.
The only thing we know is Kubica's champion. And Valles is out there, still circulating, having just put in a cracking lap record. And yet our monitor tells us that he's not running, but he's obviously rejoined because he's been credited with a good time there. Cars 3, 16, 18 and 30 under investigation. Now number 18 is Marcus Winkelhock and number 3 is Zuber.
Yeah.
So quick.
They might have had yeah, I think that's what we've missed.
That's a message that's just popped up on our monitor here. Cars 3, 16, 18 and 30 under investigation. And Jan Halen basically says that there must have been an incident out there on the track. So either a protest has gone in or the stewards have observed something.
Yeah, it's the stewards who've seen something and they're now looking at it. And, you know, we'll see in a minute if any action's going to be taken or not.
Well, the most significant numbers there are 3 and 18, of course, because they are front championship runners. And the number 3 car of Zuber, winner of race 1, is now in 7th place in race 2 and gaining ground. But the race leader, Portero, this man is also under investigation in the nicest way and probably doesn't know it. But it's Marcus Winkelhock, 9 seconds behind Portero. So this race now really strung out. The car behind, the new champion, Kubica number 8, going to have a move. I suspect he's going to have a move on Winkelhock. He's just sitting there, 7 laps to go, 20 gone, and 35 minutes of racing already under our belts.
Yeah.
Doesn't time fly when you're having fun?
Yeah, it does fly by. Portero here with a nice lead.
It is a good lead.
Yeah, if he hasn't got any technical problems, then he should be, he's quite comfortable there.
Well, he
with
promised
6 laps to go.
He promised a good result. I mean, he was 5th in the first race, and if he can bring this one home, then that'll be a good day's work for him. Sitting fairly well down in the championship, of course, but he has been a previous race winner. So
yeah.
Portero took a win in Valencia.
Yeah.
Home territory for him, so that's not surprising. He obviously likes the sun. He obviously likes the Iberian Peninsula because he's going well here at Estoril in Portugal. This the battle for second. Winkelhock, the yellow car, in second. And Kubica in the number 8 Epsilon Escudi car in 3rd place. There's your race leader, number 7, Felix Portero. Using all the track and more. 27.468, the best lap he's done. 172 kilometers an hour. At certain points of the circuit, nearly 270. And it is a very fast, very hot, and a lovely circuit. The drivers like it.
Au-delà de 3 verres par jour pour l'homme et de 2 pour la femme, l'alcool multiplie les risques de maladies graves. Diminuez votre consommation.
Vous êtes des millions à venir chez Speedy. Entre nous, vous avez bien raison.
Va donc chez Speedy, Speedy.
The 2005 BTCC season wrapped up a fantastic championship at the Van Roel Brands Hatch circuit. Join Motors TV for the full-length replay of the final 3 races of the year. You can see how it all turned out with a BTCC replay from Brands Hatch Monday, October the 3rd from 3:50.
Yeah, Van Lagen still running in 4th after the pit stop. So he's doing really well.
Good drive for him.
Yeah, starting from row 10 or 11. So he's having a really good race.
Van Lagen was runner-up in Monaco, actually, and that not an easy circuit. Just the one race in Monaco. Every other round that we've had has 2 races, but in Monaco, because of the constraints and the fact that it was running on a race weekend, just the one race. But a fantastic venue. And how did you find Monaco, Jan, from your point of view?
Well, I've done. It's on top of my list. I really enjoyed it over there. I did a race there in Formula 3000 last year, and it's really something special. It's like Bilbao, which we had earlier on in the year. Bilbao was also fantastic.
It looks when you dive into the tunnel at Monaco as though it suddenly goes dark. Does it go dark?
It does go dark, yeah, and it seems ever so fast when you dive into the tunnel.
Yeah, well, it is fast. It is fast. Meanwhile, back here at Estoril, and we have a very, very good young man in the number 7 car in the lead. There you can see, with an 8.2-second gap over the second place. A tail ender ahead of him. He's coming up now to lap this car. And that looks like the number 11 car.
Yeah, that's right.
Mehdi Benani, the Moroccan driver, the young Moroccan. His father's a very enthusiastic man, travels everywhere with his son, absolutely loves the sport and is very proud of his son.
You see Marcus Winkelhock now pulling away a little bit on Kubica. I think Kubica now settling down for 3rd. Another podium for him.
Yeah, that'll do nicely. 10 points. As we saw on the screen, that will put him on to 154 points in the championship. He's already won the the Polish championship. The Polish flags were very much in evidence at the last podium celebration. But Winkelhock, already having won 2 races, it would be significant if he could maybe take the win here, but he's got a bit of work to do. He's 8 seconds adrift. This the 3rd place man now. Yeah,
he is closing it, but I think, Portero's just, with 4 laps to go, Portero's just controlling the race, and Winkelhock, still pushing, but he's not going to make it, I think.
Well, we've got 4 laps to go. He'd have to take 2 seconds a lap out of the lead, and that is not possible unless something goes wrong. It's just
like I say, Portero now, he's just slowing down the pace a little bit and not taking any risks anymore.
Well, what will that mean to Portero's position? Let's assume he comes home and takes the 15 points.
Well, I think that'll put him into. He'll go from 9th to 7th in the championship.
Well, that will be fantastic.
Yeah.
And with 1 more round to go, of course, the whole circus packs up and goes to Monza for 2 more races in the final round 9 of the Renault World Series Championship 2005. And what a fantastic championship it has been.
Portero now currently lying in 9th position in the championship, just ahead of him, Eric Salignon, who's not here this weekend, I think.
Well, you can't score points if you don't come, so you have to at least turn up and have a go. So, well, there you go. This the 2nd place man, Marcus Winkelhock, the number 18 car. Race leader, Portero. This is pretty much settled now. 3 laps remaining, so 7.5 miles, and that's about 12 kilometers of the Estoril circuit for Portero to go.
Portero now really cruising around with a 1:30. It's about 2 seconds, 2 seconds slower than what he was doing about 3 or 4 laps ago.
I don't want to build any drama into this, but is there any possibility anybody could run out of fuel?
Well,
it depends.
There is always that possibility, but this is the engineer's responsibility. So hopefully, if everybody's done their job right, then they all should come in with more than 3 liters in the tank.
You're only as good as your staff. Winkelhock has got it down. Winkelhock has got it down to 6.6, but to take Jan's point, Portero's lifted his foot off the gas.
Oh, and we've got another spin there. That is car number 8, I think it is. Oh no, it's number 2.
Meneghello.
Yeah.
Number 2 car, Meneghello, out of the running. And the kitty litter. Meanwhile, the fun goes on at the front. Your race leader now with 2 laps remaining. And he's looking very, very smooth indeed. Lots of negative camber on the front of that car. Ooh, a bit of a kiss. Well, it's wheel to wheel. So long as one wheel doesn't pick the other wheel up, you haven't got a problem.
That was the number 1 car of Carboni.
Well, the crowd love this one. They're bending over the rail. We're looking out of the commentary box window, and a lot of people clinging to the fence down the back of the straight where they drop down to about 235 kilometers an hour. Over the line again goes the race leader. Portero then, 1 lap remaining on his last lap. Here we are then, 2.5 miles of the Estoril circuit for Felix Portero. Pole position, led it from start to finish with the exception of the shuffling around in the pit stops, but he had a very determined lunge off the line. And just to recap that start, it was perfectly in order, but he meant business, didn't he, off the line?
Oh yeah, but he did what he had to do, you know. He had a good start. He dived up to the inside, and yeah, it worked out good for him. Zuber had to back off a little, but that's the way it goes. Last lap now. Portero, Winkelhock, Kubica, Van Lagen. I think, you know, Van Lagen must be, you know, he's done the best job in the second race here today.
Well, Zuber will be disappointed. Andres Zuber is down there in 7th place at the moment, but it's going to be another rostrum to the new champion, Robert Kubica. Yep. Another rostrum for Markus Winkelhock, now 6 seconds behind the man you are looking at the moment, the number 7 car, flicking it through that little chicane again. Not far to go now. There'll be a right-hander into turn 11. He's at it now. Turn 12, the left-hander. He's at that. 3rd gear around there. 4th, up to about 140 kilometers an hour. Up into 5th, all the way around the long, long apex, the final bend. The checkered flag is in sight. Portero, Felix Portero, heading for the line. The flag being waved. He takes it here. Race 2 at Estoril. Felix Portero, 6 seconds ahead of Markus Winkelhock, who now had 5.5. Closed him down at the end. Kubica on the rostrum, the new champion. So Spain wins from Germany, from Poland, then the Netherlands, Van Lagen. And that is great. What a great result for him. Montanari, Republic of San Marino. Pavlovic for Yugoslavia.
Also good points again for Epsilon for the team ranking, with a 1st and a 2nd.
Absolutely right. Yeah, well, I've had my hands full keeping the drivers' scores, never mind the team. So it's been something approaching a nightmare here doing the mathematics, but there's no doubt about the champion. And Portero's win, 15 points to the good now from this. Add to that the points he lifted for 5th place in race 1. He'd have got 6. He's picked up 21 points today. He's done a really, really good job in the championship, Portero. Great for the team, as you quite rightly say, Jan. My thanks go to Jan Halen, who's done a fantastic job supporting me here, giving us the driver's eye view. And are you going to tell me, have you won your championship yet, or have you got another race to go?
We've got another race to go now at 5 o'clock, so...
well, I'm going to shake your hand, because I think you're going to do it today. Thank you. You're a good man. Thank you very much indeed. Terrific. The flag's being waved down there. The Polish flag, as you see, they know who's champion. And there it is confirmed. Portero, Winkelhock, Kubica, Van Lagen, Christian Montanari, Pavlovic, Zuber 7th. Pile, another good drive by Pile.
Yeah.
Carboni kept it on the island this time. 9th, David Rigon. Pagenaud, willpower disappointing by his standards. He won't be happy with that. Celso Miguez, well, despite not being on our timing monitor, got credited with 15th place. And 1 place outside the points, Rio Fukuda from Japan. And there it is, Poland, absolutely delighted. We're going to have a few beers in town tonight, I think.
Yeah. I hope I can join them tonight.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind myself. I have to fly home in the morning, so I can put one away tonight, I think, at least. Cascais is just up the road. I think it beckons. It's a beautiful resort, but here they come.
There we go.
Portero then.
What a weekend for Epsilon, eh?
Yeah, super. They will be absolutely thrilled. I hope they stay in the championship next year, but as you alluded to, they might be doing other things. We shall see. Still 2 more races to go in the 2005 Renault World Series Championship, and regrettably I won't be along doing the commentary on those. I think Jonathan Green will be in for the last round at Monza, and my thanks to everybody concerned for the support they've given us here. It's been really good. We've enjoyed it. Sunshine here at Estoril, second to none. It's good that that wind didn't blow up like it did yesterday. It's been a much, much better today, but there you can see Team Championship. Epsilon Liscardi win the team championship. Robert Kubica wins the individual drivers championship. So, well, they will be having a few beers. There's no doubt about it.
And I wonder if Marcus Winkelop moves up a place in the drivers championship.
Well, there we can see.
After his second place.
4th place for Winkelhoff.
Still in 4th, yeah.
Still in 4th, just 8 points away from Montanaro, from the guy in front.
And like we said, Portero
Valles.
now moving up to 7th.
Yeah, that's good. Portero's drive up to 7th, that's good. And further down the order, Celso Miguez, well, he's in 19th. Fukuda struggling a bit in 20th. But, you know, you can't all be champion winners. Somebody has to bring up the rear, as it were. But what a great, great race we've had here. I would think the team... I thought it was a Polish bullfighter or something.
No, it's there where the team is based, and you'll see the team with all the caps on.
Fantastic. Well, we're awaiting the rostrum, and a very, very worthwhile rostrum it will be. That's for sure. What a great race! Those pit stops really throw it upside down for a moment. It even confused the timing screen. You're quite right. It does need 2 or 3 laps before it settles, before you can establish where everyone is.
Yeah. We'll try and find out after the race what happened to Zuber, because that we've missed.
Here it is then. Felix Portero takes the top step of the rostrum alongside Marcus Winkelhock and Robert Kubica there in 3rd, the new champion. A fantastic day for the Epsilon team.